It's William here, the Bangkok voice coach, and I have had the most incredible response to my video about Celine Dion singing at the Paris Olympics. And wasn't it wonderful? I do love that song, Hymne à l'amour, sung originally by Edith Piaf. Just listen to this. Didn't Piaf have something incredible about her voice? She seemed to have strength and vulnerability all at once. She seemed to have these special insights right into the human soul. Listen to that fast vibrato. I mean, that was something of that period, and we don't hear it so much now, but she had it very pronounced, and you always knew Piaf's voice wherever you heard it. But Celine's performance has inevitably thrown up some questions. Did she sing live is the biggest question. The next biggest question is, did she get paid $2 million to perform? Well, I can tell you she didn't get paid anything to perform, and I think it's important to note that. Well, I travel the world performing in a vocal trio, and whenever we performed on television in Germany, they said, you cannot sing live. The last thing they wanted was something going wrong. So imagine, there's a lady on top of the Eiffel Tower, and she's singing in the rain to the whole planet. Well, electric and water don't go very well together, and the last thing that the producers wanted was to lose Celine singing in the middle of the song. How embarrassing would that be? A technical mess. So what they did was they pre-recorded the song and they had it there as a backup. And I've just been watching the most fascinating video from Wings of Pegasus, and he is talking so much sense. I urge you to watch the full video in the link below, because it has had already 125,000 views. In just a few days, he analyzes Celine's vocal, isolating it, and he says that it has been doctored in the studio, that each note has been pitch corrected visually rather than audibly, which means that someone has looked at her pictures on the screen and made them fit exactly where they should be for the true note. And his verdict is that it comes out as unnatural to do that, because when people sing live and sing naturally, they are obviously varying, fluctuating around the note. Sometimes they are a little bit flat, sometimes they're a bit sharp. To sing on the note every time actually sounds a bit like a machine. Listen to this.
It's a little bit frustrating that you can hear that she's got the ability to sing, you know, even with everything that's gone on. But her voice has been made to sound more mechanical. And it means that people like me, when I'm asked about this, I have to point this out. I've got to say that this is pitch corrected. I don't think anybody would have had a problem if they'd said, this is Celine Dion's vocal that she's recorded in the studio, and she's going to be performing at the end of the opening ceremony. And that's going to be just, you know, the piece de resistance of the opening ceremony. They just want her there. And with all of the health issues that have gone on, I don't think anybody would care that it is a backing track and that it's a pre-recorded vocal. Now, this is the music industry. First of all, there's this pressure for everyone to be amazing, and for everyone to be amazing after having health issues. But it's not a true representation. So this is the thing, that you get this manufactured version of what is possible, but it isn't really. I'd rather just hear what is possible with a natural voice.
I'm not entirely in agreement with what he's saying, that they should have announced that this is a pre-recorded lip sync performance by Celine Dion. No one ever says that, because most people are not looking at YouTube videos trying to get to the bottom of this. The vast general public just accepted it as a performance, and wasn't it wonderful to see Celine live? So to go in front and say, by the way, this is a pre-recorded performance, she's not singing live, so we did that because we didn't want anything to go wrong, those kind of disclaimers never happen. And in fact, as I said, we sang a lot on live television around Germany and the Netherlands and Spain, and they never wanted a live performance. They just said, look like you're singing, practice it, lip sync it. This is really interesting, because the honest vocal coach is by nature honest. But she's also got a lovely, warm, supportive attitude towards performances, and she knows what it is to be a singer. She's got a lovely voice herself. You should check out the link to this video in the description below, because it is fascinating. Because somehow Georgina managed to get her hands on the audio from the rehearsal, and Celine Dion is singing along to the track.
So, having watched this first clip, she is definitely singing it live, but what we're hearing is not the live vocal. It's definitely a pre-recorded vocal. But I managed to get hold of a very short rehearsal clip where you can hear her singing. So let's take a look. Costume change here. She's wearing something different. So this is before
She's wearing something different.
the performance. So she wore this for the rehearsal.
So that means it's not the performance.
Ooh, now there seems to be a slight difference there, as if she's singing a lower harmony than the actual vocal, because you can hear the vocal that's going out, the pre-recorded vocal, but you can also hear her as well.
So what is interesting is that Celine Dion practiced this song in the sound check or in the rehearsal, singing to herself. In other words, she was prepared for this to be a lip sync, and she also sang it. So what it seems to me was that it was not decided until the last minute which was going to be used. They could use her live vocal, which would have been perfectly good, or they could use the pre-recorded if they were unsure of some technical issues. And what they decided was to use the pre-record to show that on the TV. Celine didn't know which one was being used. She sang it with all her heart and all her voice, and it might be one of the reasons why they took down the original video from YouTube. So it is a little bit controversial, but you have to understand there's a lot of uncertainty. They just didn't want something to go wrong. So what they used was this pre-recorded studio performance, which has been altered vocally to create the very best Celine sound possible.
Yeah, so we start to see this common trend of, with any slide, we go up to exactly over the line, and then we have a little bit of vibrato here, good at, and here, even here. But anyway, sliding up, we hit that A4 precisely, and then get into the vibrato, which has been centralized. Yeah, I don't know why it's been done so severely, other than it's a producer doing it who doesn't necessarily appreciate or hear the expression that should really be left in there.
So this is a fascinating subject because it has thrown up a whole lot of things that we are now much more aware of that we would have been in the past. It's William here, the Bangkok voice coach. Thanks for watching, and I do recommend you watch those amazing videos in the link below. See you soon.